Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back, or welcome to another Bangs Audio review. Can I just say, oh my god, like, how many reviews of the Kefine Klean have come out in the past couple of days? It seems like 20. I keep getting notifications. Somebody else has done it. Somebody else has done it. Somebody else has done it. Now I understand why Harrison put such a rush on these to get them to me. Yeah, with good reason. And thank you, Harrison and Syeindunce Audio, for sending this out to me for review, and thank you for doing it so quickly, because, you know, the last thing you want to do is be the last person to review a set. I say that, and I'm that all the time. That happens to me all the time. Anyway, doesn't matter, regardless. I'm going to do something a little different this time with it, though. I am going to, and I'm not sure because I don't watch other people's reviews prior to reviewing a set on my own. I am going to directly compare it to the Delci, because I think that's important, being that they're both single DD drivers, only really separated by 25 bucks-ish, right? So the Kefine Klean is a 10mm diamond-like carbon single dynamic driver for $50. Specs are as follows. Frequency response 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, standard stuff. Sensitivity 107 decibels, and resistance of 32 ohms. There you go. 0.782 pin connection, terminating in a 3.5 single-ended. I will show you that. It's in the box. It was not what was used for testing purposes. There are also two tuning filters. Pre-installed, you'll get the silver filter, which I will just remove. This one, silver filter. I wish that was a little bit darker. Hold on, let me see if I can get that like that. No, that's not helpful. Oh, but that is. There we go. So silver filter, tough one. And then your black filter comes separately, and as you can already see on that, much higher on the pin gain, and the treble is also a little bit higher too in the frequency response graph. So we'll get into sonic impressions pretty quickly, because there's not a lot to this unbox, nor should there be, for $50. The IMs sat here, but inside this little box you had case, you have ear tips, which they're decent, you know, nothing to write home about, but not bad. I like the fact that more or less these days you're getting nicer, at least decent quality ear tips. And then a very nice cable, which I don't see, unless you're like me and you got to do the 4.4. You know, you can definitely go with this cable if that's where you're at in your 3.5 land. It's fine. I think that the sensitivity is high enough, and the resistance 32 ohms is a little bit high, but it didn't seem like it was super hard to drive, so I don't see any issue with going with a single-ended stock cable if that's what you want to do. I did not, because I don't. But anyway, nice cable, non-tangly, feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Put everything back in here. There's your cable management. Pop this guy back in here, and then we will get into build and fit and sound. There we go. So yeah, nice little no waste. I like that. I like the no waste part, and it is, you know, it does have the protection of this sleeve here for the face plates, the IMs, but I don't really think you're gonna have a problem with that, because these things are built. They are built. Case a little bit on the small side, but I think that was a little bit exacerbated from the IVIPQ graphene cable that I was using, maybe just being a little thicker than the stock cable. So but it still fit. And then here are your black and gold filters. Let's get a little light here. It's hard to show filters. It's probably reflecting like crazy for you, but these are the black or more treble oriented filters, which, you know, should you be in the mood or more oriented to treble, there you go. You don't have to mess around with switches. It's just a quick pop on, pop off situation. I will show you how easy that is right now. I did use the Divinus Velvet wide bore tips for testing on these because I was using them on the Delci and I wanted everything to be as, you know, equivalent as possible. So yeah, just a quick twisty off, twisty on. I preferred the silver filters, but that is because my library contains a lot of hard rock, alt rock, and metal. And the treble on the black filters was just a touch spicy for those genres, but fine for everything else. Fine for pop and jazz and classical and acoustic, and you know, provided a really nice definition and depth of soundstage. The build on these is just really, really nice. See if I can lift that up. Kefine is on the faceplate, and there is a pattern there, which you probably can't see, but there's a nice little checkered pattern on the faceplate. They are weighty. I would say not to the point of being like annoyingly heavy, but you know, they, like I said, they're built. This has got to be some sort of either zinc or aluminum or combination, you know, alloy. Yeah, you're not gonna have to worry about crushing these suckers. They feel very, very, very sturdy. And also, they are very, very comfortable, which is great. There's a little venting here, a couple of vent holes, clearly marked right and left. I always love that. Yeah, really nicely put together, I would say. High quality feel, very comfortable, no hot spots in the ear, just kind of just like the Delci. I think these shells are actually a little bit smaller and more comfortable than the Delci, but yeah, just no problem in listening for long sessions, which I got a couple in. Yeah, and like I said, I preferred the silver filters over the black for my library, but why MMV? Your mileage may vary. That's the nice thing about it. You know, the nice thing about it is that you have that option. You don't have to worry about failing switches. I think the only thing that you have to really be concerned about, and this is kind of a personal concern for me, is like losing shit, you know, because I lose stuff sometimes. But you can't see the colors. I've already tried to do that, but hopefully there's enough distinction here between the top graph, which is the black filter, and the bottom graph, which is the silver filter. And you can see it pretty plainly, I think, that that black filter's got quite a bit more pinna gain and significant increase in the treble, and the extension is fairly even though the silver filter is a little bit, you know, less intense. It does extend out very well, and that's, you know, that's indicative of the quality of this set insofar as like its technical capabilities. It's got good detail retrieval. It has a nice open sound stage to it, even with the silver filters on, even bigger with the black filters on. The treble is I mean, only a little fatiguing with the black filter when it is being pushed by my library with a lot of cymbal crashes and, you know, high-pitched guitars and that kind of stuff. Like, the silver filter fixes that for me completely and totally. So you know, it's nice to have the choice, because I could see myself enjoying both filters very, very much. In fact, I did. Even though I did most of my testing with silver, I also enjoyed the black for specific genres. With the silver filters, you've got a very much an all-arounder set, which is a little bit tame in the treble maybe for some folks, but it's definitely going to be something you can listen to any genre that you choose, not have to worry about it. With the black filters, you're a little bit more limited, but if you want that sort of more, you know, grander soundstage, more sort of live feel to it, then the black filter is going to be the way to go for you. Overall, it's just an excellent sounding IAM from top to bottom. Got plenty of sub bass and mid bass, not as much sub bass as like the Witch Pro, or even the Delci's got a little bit more on the sub bass, but nice amount of mid bass. It does, you know, clean up for the mids so that they're not veiled, and then you can see, it's going to be your preference between which pin again you prefer. Obviously, I kind of like this one a little bit better, but I didn't dislike the black filter. I just preferred the silver for reasons that I've gone over 17 times already. Now, here's the big question. The Delci. I think this is what is going to be most interesting to people, which is why I'm doing it. And I don't have the Delci graph. It must have erased itself, but I do have photos, so I'll bring those up so we can take a look at them. It's like, do we declare the Delci or the Klean? Is one better than the other? And I think that that's kind of an important question to answer, because honestly, it's not even going to be a matter of preference, I don't think, or price. It's just going to be a matter of capability. Hey, come on, let's go. Open up. Thank you. And let's get the Delci graph up. Thank you. I did post these pics in the community just so you guys know that they're also there. I think what I can tell you from my experience of doing these in an A to B type of situation, as I try to line up the SPLDB here, you can see that there is more sub-bass in the Delci, that it does maybe fairly similar in the mid-bass, I would say. Maybe just a tiny bit less. And then the mids, maybe just a slight more recessed nature to it. And then the ear gain. The ear gain on the Delci mimics the ear gain on the silver filter on the Klean pretty closely. But the extension of the treble out here is more akin to the black filter. In other words, the Klean, this is how it's going to go, folks. The Klean basically skirts the Delci, okay? A little bit less mid-bass, but in every other aspect, it's got just a little bit less treble with the silver and just a little bit more ear gain and treble with the black filter. So the Delci shall remain undefeated, sort of, but the Klean is not better than the Delci. The Delci splits these two tunings perfectly, and therefore no need to adjust, to your preference. So, in my opinion, the Delci is the stronger of the two. And it should be the stronger of the two. It's got a naturalness to it, it's got a warmth to it, but it's still very technical and very just easy to listen to and all of those things. What set did I take into surgery with me? What set was waiting for me when I woke up? It was the Delci, because I knew exactly what to expect from it, and it was exactly what I wanted at that fairly difficult time, right? I would have taken the Klean. If I owned the Klean, I would have taken it with a silver filter and probably been, pretty out of it, so it's not like I was doing any analysis, but I would have been happy with the presentation on that. So there you go. Delci still is the better set. I still think it's worth the extra price. I still think that it does a little bit better on the technical side of things, and definitely better on the overall presentation than either of the filters on the Klean. Okay? So there's that. That's my opinion, for what it's worth. But taking the Delci out of the equation, the Klean is absolutely a banger of a set. Like, it is probably a contender for value IM of the year, 50 or less. It's going to be in the conversation, folks, because honestly, it's hard to find a flaw. It is I think back to the Zero Red and the Shimin Li Encounter and the 7 Hertz Sonus and all those $50-ish sets, and the Kefine Klean wipes the floor with them just about in every way possible, as far as nice natural engaging presentation along with having technical ability. So I don't know. It's going to be tough for me, and I will go through, my top tens. Of course, I'm going to do in a month or so. But I will be comparing this to anything 50 and under. I don't know. I don't know if anything can beat it. I'm not sure anything can, honestly. They really, again, Kefine knocked it out of the park with this set. What I would say to you is this: if $50 is your absolute limit, either if it's by necessity or by choice, if you're just not going to spend over 50 for a set of IEMs, and you wanted the Delci, but you're just like not willing to go to 75, totally get that. Now you got the clean. Now you can get literally like 95% of the way there. It doesn't quite, if I had to pick, I would say the silver filter is a little bit closer to the Delci. This gets a little bit bright, but you have that option. The Delci is what it is, which is great. You don't have the tuning options that you do with the clean. So nice job with that. They were very, very smart with this. They didn't outdo the Delci, which I think, they didn't, in other words, pull a moon drop. It's like, release a $200 set, then release a set half the price that's better. They didn't do that. They kept it kind of in line. I think from what I can tell, they are a very mindful, value-oriented, quality-conscious company. And I know that the Klean, their planar, mixed reviews. Some people liked it, some people didn't. Some people thought that there was too recessed in the mids, and vocals were veiled. Whatever. I never had a chance to hear the set, so I can't officially weigh in on that. But I'll tell you what. After listening to the Delci and listening to the Clean, I'm hitching my frickin' wagon to Kefine. I'm hitching it to them. I have a feeling this company is going to go freaking bonkers in the next year, and they'll probably release more expensive sets, and they'll probably get into hybrids, and they're probably going to do a bunch of stuff. Let's push them to that, okay? Let's support them. Let's buy these sets, and I don't usually come out and say that, not nobody's paying me to say this, but let's help them, because if these sets are successful, that's going to push them to do more. And from what I've experienced so far, I want them to do more. Absolutely want them to do more. So, 11/11 sales are upcoming. You guys already know about the stuff that's on sale on Syeindunce. Unfortunately, the Witch Pro sale did end last night, but the 20% off on the Spica 260, Yukimi, and Azure Dragon are going on until November 12th. So that's kind of their 11/11 sale going on. The Kefine Klean is not a part of that, but you shouldn't feel any hesitation whatsoever in purchasing the set for $50 because it way overperforms the price. So it's a great value on top of just a darn good IEM. Yeah, the Delci's safe. Delci still gets the win, but yeah, the Clean is just another banger set from Kefine for a really good price. Don't know how much more you can ask for, really, for $50. I can't think of anything else I'd ask for. So, with that, guys, that's going to wrap it for today. I think I've been pushing really hard, doing a lot of reviews over the past couple of weeks, so I think I'm going to hang back a little bit this weekend. Probably will not post another review until at least Monday, but there are more coming. I'm going to do the open audio siren because I think that's going to be of interest to some people, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But anyway, for now, be careful, be safe, be nice. I love y'all. Nothing but peace to you, and we'll see you in a few days. Take care.